All right, 99.9 Punk World Radio FM listeners, you already know what time it is. And right here, right now, we are actually joined by a phenomenal Canadian punk rock band. That's right, we got the Wise Guys right here live on YouTube, Facebook, and of course, our radio station airwaves as well. How are you ladies doing this evening?
We're doing so good.
Doing good.
How are you?
Doing best I can possibly be, just trying to get through the week. I don't know exactly where you guys are out there in Canada, but down here in Ontario, we got some really nice summer weather, and then it just turned right back into winter real quick, and it definitely sucks.
It snowed yesterday, man, and then over the weekend it was like summer. So, like, I don't know what, like, I feel like the weather's having an identity crisis.
Yeah, it was actually the complete opposite here, actually. It was summer like a couple days ago, and I woke up this morning and it was snow, and I was like, fuck this, I'm going back to bed.
Yeah.
Well, we're in Toronto. We're not sure where. Sorry, where are you based?
We're out in Prescott, actually, so that we're about 4 hours from Toronto. We're right in between Ottawa and Kingston.
Oh, okay, right on. Cool.
But I know I don't want to take you guys away from your evening too long, so I'm going to dive right into this interview. But I gotta ask, because obviously, I know who the Wise Guys are, but for people that are just discovering you guys via this interview, whether we're live right now or like say 2 weeks from now on our YouTube channel, for the individuals that aren't quite familiar with Wise Guys, can you actually introduce yourselves individually and tell us a bit more about yourselves as individual members of the band?
Sure. So my name is Molly. I play guitar and I sing.
We're the main reason why this band exists. You got us all together.
There we go. Yeah. I scrounged up these rascals by the scruffs of their necks, and I dragged them into having fun and playing music with me. And it's been a peer pressure hostage situation ever since.
Yeah, Nerf gun to the head. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, well, you know what? At the end of the day, at least you can be in other hostage situations. It's a lot more dangerous, but at least you guys are up on stage having fun.
Yeah.
I'm Emily. I play bass and I also sing.
Quite well. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm Mary. I play drums, and yeah, that's it.
And she talks shit.
Yeah,
She's
I talk
the
shit.
funny
That's
one.
it. I'm the funny one. Yeah, I die right away and nowhere from it.
But I gotta say, you guys have such phenomenal chemistry. Like, I've seen some videos of your live shows. I've had so many individuals. Once I booked you three ladies, a lot of individuals messaged me saying, yo, the Wise Guys are killer. And I keep directing them to your Spotify as well. If I'm not mistaken, I believe Shit Happens, a band out there in Manitoba, actually added you guys actually to their Spotify playlist. I saw the actual comments on my Instagram today. So I'm glad that I can actually make these waves for great punk artists like yourselves.
Oh my
That's
God.
so
That
nice.
warms the heart right up.
That's a
Holy
good
cow.
connection. Yeah, I like that.
That makes us feel really good. We're all about community support, and it's cool to see like even different communities
Yeah,
like
all the way in
taking on our
Manitoba.
music. Like
Yeah.
Manitoba, what?
Love
Going
that.
worldwide, taking over.
And I know you said a few moments ago about how you actually started the band and got everyone together, but what actually made you guys decide to just start Wise Guys in the first place? Because honestly, like I mentioned a few moments ago, you ladies have such phenomenal chemistry when it just comes to punk rock.
So I guess, I don't know, I'll kind of start from the beginning. Once upon a time, like in 2018, I met Emily. It's been a
Yeah.
minute.
It's been a minute.
Me and Emily were friends, and I at the time I had just started playing in a band called the Filthy Radicals, and that's how we met. Was through the Filthy Radicals. And me and Emily were hanging out a lot, and I kind of popped the question.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, I'm really interested in playing music, like putting together, like, and how cool would it be to make an all-girl punk band? And
Yeah.
Emily was so down. And then from there, I think chronologically, I met Nikki. And then
Let's introduce Nikki.
let's
I feel like,
introduce
yeah,
Nikki.
Poor
So
Nikki's working her ass off right now on set.
yeah, she works in film. So like, hi, Nikki.
Hi,
Sorry,
Nikki.
buddy.
We love you.
Sorry you got screwed over. But so then chronologically, I met Nikki next at a show. And then Mary I met at a party while I was having like, a mild panic attack.
Yep.
Just like a little social anxiety, like, woohoo, too much going on. And that's how we became friends.
Uh-huh.
And then
I made the mistake of telling you that I wanted to play drums, and I've never played them before.
Yeah.
And you're like, let's join a band.
Sucker. So then we started playing music together. We started just jamming in a rehearsal, the rehearsal factory, which most of them, if not all of them, are like closed down now. We started, the first song we ever played was a song called Cyberpunks, which is coming out on our new EP. And yeah, I guess kind of the basis of us, like it's interesting that you mention chemistry. And you know that were interesting to watch, because literally the basis, the whole point of this group of individuals coming together was we went personality first, and we've just been kind of growing and learning together along the way. And you know, I've been in a bunch of different projects where, you know, like sometimes it's not personality first, sometimes it's like, oh, this person plays this instrument and you know, here's our schedule or whatever. And I thought that this would be a cool way, like a strategic way to go about things, because, you know, when you have problems and you have good chemistry, you can kind of work through them. And I really think that that's been kind of, yeah, the coolest way to navigate being in a band. So, yeah.
And it's really cool as well that you ladies are actually an all-girl punk band, because honestly, you don't see a lot of bands at all like that. Really, not just in punk rock, but all across different genres of music. You don't really see all female bands, which is actually really cool.
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. 100%.
I think
sisterhood. Yeah.
I think we got really lucky because like we all kind of hang out in the punk scene here, and we just organically met together and was like, hey, I like this. Do you like this? Do you want to like this together?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that like something that we have all sort of expressed is how significant representation has been to all of us individually. Like I know, like I grew up in a small Northern Ontario town, and you would never see any chicks on the stage ever. Maybe once in a while. And I think that like, you know, coming out to show and seeing a whole band full of chicks doing the thing is really important. Like the last show that we played, do you want to tell a story about the little girl?
Yeah, it was real sweet. A mutual friend of ours, Larissa, let me know that there was I think she was like 6 or 7.
It was an all ages show.
It was an all ages show we did in London with Trash Puppets. Love them. Mm-hmm. There's this little girl, it was her first show, and she wants to be a drummer. And Larissa like told me to come up and meet with her, and then I gave her the sticks that I used that night, because they were basically garbage at the end of that. And they took a picture of her. She was sleeping and cuddling them, and I was just like, "Oh, splinters!
Oh my
careful!"
God.
But
Like,
it was real
goosebumps.
sweet. Yeah, it was like core memory. Probably.
Yeah.
Core memory for me too.
Yeah.
And I was actually just going to say as well, before you actually told that heartwarming story, that you ladies are definitely going to be influencing so many other women that are actually really wanting to get into the punk rock scene as well. Because I already know for sure some women might be a little scared to actually really take the leap and form a band or join a band. But after they come to a Wise Guys show, they might see you 4 ladies just rocking and ripping the entire stage apart and being like, you know what? I can do this too.
I love that.
Yeah,
oh, 100%.
Absolutely. We've had people come up to us, like girls come up to us and be like, I've always thought about it. And every time it's like, it's hard, but once you do it, it's the greatest feeling in the whole entire world. It's worth it every time.
Especially if you have your 3 best friends help you and push you to do it too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was so not into playing live first. I'll let that tip go. But then these girls, they've got my back. So I start to like it now a little bit.
Yeah. I
And
feel
also-
like when it seems like every woman that I talk to who's interested in playing music is like, oh, well, you know, I play guitar, but I'm not any good. Or, you know, I play drums, but I kind of suck. And I think that like, there's almost a barrier. It's almost like, you know, in terms of progressing in the music scene and like having prominence and like working towards a goal, I really feel like representation is like the bottom couple rungs of the ladder that like a woman could see. Be like, oh, well, somebody else is doing that. Maybe I could step on this ladder and then climb up a little bit and then keep trying. So I think that it's really cool to see that, or to hear that, you know, women come out to shows and they're thinking that's kind of a cool thing, and maybe they want to try it too. You know, it's really fun with your pals. So start there.
And also in August of 2022, I noticed the Wise Guys actually made it to the top 16 of the Sneaky Weasel Battle of the Bands. I was wondering if you can actually tell us a bit more about that particular contest, and of course, how did it actually come to be for the Wise Guys?
Man, I think one of our friends tagged us in it, and we it was a fun contest. It was like Instagram based, so it was like the more votes you could get, you went on to Battle of the Bands and continued. It was really fun. It got a lot of exposure, and we got to meet and talk to a lot of different bands that were in it. It was a nice little push for us, I think.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
Yeah.
Big time.
If you don't mind me asking as well, like what position did you guys actually make it to? Because I kind of got up to, I think it was round 5, and I couldn't really find any more information on it. So like, who actually ultimately won that amazing Battle of the Bands?
I'm the worst and I don't remember. But if you go to their Facebook page, it's there.
All I remember is battling, like, there's this guy who is in the same hometown as me, North Bay, Dave White, and I saw that he was in it too. I'm like, I just only care to beat him. That's it. Shout out Dave White. That's it.
We were out for blood, for sure.
Yeah. And I was like, we beat him, done. Gold medal for me.
Hey, you know what? If you can actually take someone out from your own hometown that's been in it, you know what? Right there's a W. Sounds bad. Don't mean to bury him and his band, but you know, I gotta go with the Wise Guys on this one. But also on October 28th of 2022, the Wise Guys actually released the amazing single titled Troubled Young Men. I was wondering if you can actually tell us a bit more about this amazing single. And of course, where can we actually buy or stream ourselves a copy of it today?
Oh boy, don't worry. We got the plugs incoming for sure.
Do you need to read it off the prompt?
Yeah, we like this plug brought to you by Troubled Young Man. So the I'd say the background for that song, it came from, so back in like March, in the depths of COVID, I was staying in an isolation hotel. My partner at the time had caught COVID, and I was like, you know what, I'll let you isolate in the comfort of our home, and I'll go stay in the COVID hotel, and you know, like I'll, you know, allow you to have a restful time in our home. And while I was there, going a little bit crazy for 2 weeks, they wouldn't allow you outside. Like there was no windows that would open. You were just literally just sitting in a room for 2 weeks. They'd bring you food and they would just knock on the door and run away. Like you didn't even get to talk to anybody. Like it was like full on, like, you know, going a little bit crazy in this room. So while I was kind of in my depths of feeling a little bit nutso, there was a shooting that happened in the States. And this shooter was targeting women of color working in massage parlors. And like I felt really, obviously that was a horrible, like, traumatizing sort of thing to read, especially like in the space where I couldn't talk to anybody or share how I felt about it. Luckily, I brought my guitar. Okay, so at least I had some sort of outlet to feel better about it. And so essentially, the song is based on that event, but it's more of a generalization of like how shooters are typically branded. Like the name of the song is Troubled Young Man, but once you start listening to the song, we're not talking about a troubled young man. We're talking about a domestic terrorist. So like that song it's really kind of based in our roots and what we stand for, in that you know, we are feminist, we are anti-racist, we are these are all the things that we stand for. And I think that Troubled Young Man is sort of, as best as we could, wrap it up in a bow.
The best line. Call him what he is.
Call him what he is.
Yeah.
Straight up. Call him what he is. Domestic terrorist. Like,
yeah.
That's what he is. So just call him that. Don't brand him as, oh, he's troubled and he's young and, you know, whatever.
Yeah, classic thing to do for white men in that situation. So that's where you were like basically getting a lot of that from.
Exactly.
That's why I like that song.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, finally, it's funny because like wrote the lyrics like years ago, and only just now, like months and months after we released it, did Spotify upload it. So now you can finally read the lyrics to that song, which is kind of the whole, you know, that was sort of the most important part of that song to me when I was writing it, was the lyrics. So that song had been written for a while, and then I brought it to the guys, and the guys, you know, obviously sprinkled their magic on it, and that made it what it is. Which is a song that I'm super glad that you were enjoying. And if you want to listen to it, you can find it on Spotify. We have it on Bandcamp, I think.
Yeah, YouTube too.
YouTube. There you go. It's all over the place. MySpace. Just kidding.
Bring back MySpace.
I agree with that. Definitely bring back MySpace. I mean, I tried to log into my MySpace page a couple weeks ago just for nostalgic purposes. It was actually like, I found some pictures where I'm like, you know what? I really wish they would have deleted these.
Even when I saw like, the old email address I had for that already was cringe. I'm like, no, I'm not logging in.
Can't even look at it.
It was just old party days back when I thought I was cool, and it's just like, oh my god, why didn't you delete these?
Oh boy, you better
to have that confidence back.
You know what I mean?
Oh man.
Oh my god. I feel I would put that on the same level as like seeing Facebook statuses from high school.
Or memories.
What?
It was
like
never like, it was always your name is doing.
Yeah.
So
cryptic lyrics.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
fine. Nobody asked me if I'm
Yeah.
okay because I'm okay. Are you okay? Don't ask me. Like, okay.
It's like some of those old statuses, you don't even have to look at the year. You can just be like, you know what? This word was going around in about 2011, so we're going to go 2011.
Yeah, absolutely.
But also, May 13th, so just next month, you will actually be taking the stage at Hard Luck Bar out there in Toronto, Ontario. I was wondering, what can our viewers and listeners actually expect from this up-and-coming performance? And of course, where can we actually snag ourselves some tickets?
Sure. So I'm gonna let you chew on that. For this up-and-coming performance, we played Hard Luck once before. We had a great time. We love it at Hard Luck.
I had that girl with the glow drumstick. She was wicked.
Oh yeah, Queens and Kings.
Yeah.
Last time we played at Hard Luck, we had this great time with Save Toronto Music Venues. They put together like this wicked bill, and Kings and Queens is one of the bands on that bill that we were like
Femme drummer too.
Amazing.
Femme drummer. Yeah.
So like I said, we love Hard Luck. In terms of things to expect for that show, we have a new song that it's funny because like I say, we've got a new song. And it's like, nobody has any like measure for what songs are new because none of our music is out. So we have this song called Trash Panda, the lyrics for which Emily wrote a zillion years ago. And we'll be playing that one. And then in terms of where we can find tickets,
I don't know if there's advanced tickets. If there are, it would be on the Facebook event, which does exist. We're playing with Lone Wolf.
School Damage.
Yeah.
Oh, School Damage.
Oh, hell yeah. It's going to be a good show. You got to come out. Prescott, Ontario.
Hey, you know, it's only a couple hours away, so I should definitely try my best to make my way out there. I'm actually going to be out there actually on May 15th for Blink-182, so.
Oh, no way! That's awesome.
Yeah.
It definitely broke my bank a little bit. I'll tell you that. The tickets were ridiculous, but I couldn't resist. I paid for 2 tickets for the VIP was $1,256.
And you did that. You got.
I did that. People say I'm crazy. I realized probably after the concert, I might look at my savings account, and be like, could have got something a little bit like more efficient for my money. But then I'd look back at the time I had and be like, you know what? It is Blink-182. Fuck it.
Yeah, me too. It's such a formative band for a lot of people. Like, I get it.
It's our time to start paying extra money for the bands that we used to listen to.
Exactly.
Yeah. Even like when my dad did it was AC/DC. I'm like, nah, Blink-182 now.
Here we go. Millennial era.
So
Lord. We're young.
But I have to ask, what is next for you guys? Because obviously, I know you mentioned you have a brand new EP that's actually coming. You have an amazing concert right there in your hometown just next month. But is there anything we missed that you ladies still want to talk about this evening?
Oh, the EP drop.
The EP drop. So we are like so close to being finished. Mary's gonna literally be recording drums tomorrow for the EP. Yeah, and then there's gonna be music video coming out. So that'll be fun. But yeah, right now we're just waiting on getting all the EP together, and then
Waiting
we're
on me.
Waiting on Mary. Just kidding. It's okay. It'll happen when it happens. No problem.
Don't give me too much
Okay.
leeway.
I mean, it will happen tomorrow, and it's gonna be great.
Here
Anyway,
we go.
we're gonna be finishing up recording for that, and then we'll be sending it off for mastering, and then yeah, hopefully have an EP
Wrap it
release
up.
show. Yeah.
And also, how can our viewers actually follow you ladies on social media? That way they can stay updated on, of course, this amazing performance, and of course, this amazing new EP that you ladies are actually currently cooking up in the studio.
Yeah, so you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah. Oh, TikTok. We got TikTok.
We have
too. We gotta add stuff to it though. Yeah, we haven't done that yet.
We have one TikTok
Yeah, and
video.
it's good. It's a good one.
It's a great video.
Yeah, just Wise Guys Band. That's everything, right? Wise Guys Band.
Yeah.
Spelled Guise though.
Yes, Wise Guys.
Yeah.
Right down below, like this.
Yeah.
Guys.
Or like this.
Yeah.
Over here.
Like when people making YouTube videos, and you can see our logo here.
And
And there's nothing
that
there.
like button. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Be sure to like and subscribe.
And of course, hit the bell as well, so you always stay updated.
There you go.
Like every other YouTuber said, so you might as well toss it out there as well.
No, I forgot about that one.
But I gotta say, definitely thank you so much for just giving us a bit of your time here this evening and just talking about everything that you ladies have done within the music industry thus far. And of course, what is to come. It was such an honor speaking with you three, and hopefully down the line, we can make this happen again sometime soon. But for now, definitely have yourselves an amazing night.
Oh my
Thank you
God,
so
thank
much.
you.
Thank you so much for having us.
So nice talking to you.
Yeah.
Hey, it was nice talking to you, to the Wise Guys as well. But for now, definitely have yourself a great night. I'm pretty sure we definitely shall do this again soon.
Absolutely.
Sounds good to us.
Great.